Val Gizma at the launch of Social Media Camp 2014 right here at the Strath in downtown Victoria. And you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, Dan Kahn has to break up with something he truly loves. And James Green finds out how a princess's garden stays so pristine. And historian Danda Humphreys shares a story with us. All that and much more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Hello and welcome to Go Island. No, I am not strutting it up in a nightclub here at the Strath. I have come to camp. Social Media Camp, Chris Burge. This is such an exciting 3 days ahead of us. Social Media Camp 2014, it's bigger and better. And here's what I want everyone to know, Chris, that this is one of the best social media camps in the country.
Thank you.
It's huge.
It is.
First of all, for people who've never been to camp, who are you and what do you do?
Well, we're actually Canada's largest social media conference now. This is the 5th year, so we've grown. But it is 3 days of social media sharing, learning, networking, teaching. And we've got some of the best speakers from across North America, 55 plus speakers, 40 plus sessions. So we try to do it bigger and better every year, and I think we've kind of topped ourselves again this year, but we will see.
How many people will be part of this weekend's event?
There's about 600 people registered so far.
Wow.
And they come from as far away as Texas, Boston, all corners of North America, really. Last year we had someone from China and someone from Mexico. So I don't know if there's anyone from outside of North America this year, but certainly a lot of people from different parts of the world.
What does it mean to you to be the host and part of creating this energy here in the city of Victoria?
Well, I got to admit, it's pretty cool. And it happens every year. Right from the very first year, there was a couple of guys who kind of launched their career, and it was Sprout Social was actually looking for someone to manage their blog, and a guy named Don Power tweeted something, and he ended up getting that job. And every year I hear of different things like that happening, whether it's jobs, businesses making connections, making partnerships, as you said, apps launching and so on. Hootsuite's going to be here speaking tomorrow. They were at the very first one as well. They were very small back then. Now they're multi-million-dollar business. So that part is really what's special to me, and what I really like about being the host is that being sort of responsible or having facilitated all of that happening is pretty cool. And you know, what we learn and everything is great, but I just love all the people and the stories and what happens for them.
Well, congratulations, Chris. This is just, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the things you've done. When I looked at the list of the speakers this weekend, I was like, you are all that, because you pulled in some phenomenal people. I hope you enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much. I hope you do too.
Pause and sit back and go, Enjoy, because that's the hardest thing about being the organizer. Yeah. We're going to tell you a little bit more about some of the keynote speakers that are here in Victoria right now. They're mind-blowing people. They will give you ideas and thoughts that will make you think differently about your business, about your social media practices. But first, do you like coffee?
I do indeed.
I love coffee. Well, Dan Kahn might have to break up with coffee because he got a little bit of information about coffee and his health. Oh, this is going to be a hard story for me to watch. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can break up with my espresso. I have one every morning. It wakes me up. It makes me happy. But what a great story, Dan Kahn. We're here at the Strath. It is Social Media Camp. It's a buzz in the air. Everybody is tweeting and talking. And we're with one of the keynote speakers here, Todd Mafen. You have come to enlighten us. You are so knowledgeable, man. I would like to get in that brain for a moment. But
no, you don't.
Since I get to stand next to you and hang out with that kind of wisdom for a moment, let's talk about some of the million-dollar questions. When people are looking at engaging in social media, especially if they're not doing a ton of it now, What's your wisdom to people of where they should put their energy in learning? Is it Twitter? Is it Facebook? Or is it learning more about how to be strategic about it?
I think it depends on what you want to get out of it. So, I mean, if you want to keep up, just as a consumer, not as a business.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to follow family and friends, Facebook is the right platform for that because it has 1 billion people on there, 500 million log in every 30 days, and that's where a lot of. And in fact, Facebook has some nice tools that the other platforms don't have. You can say this person's a member of my family, so they'll show up in your filtered news feed more frequently.
Right.
If you're really into breaking news, Twitter is great for that. Follow particular hashtags like Rob Ford this week. You know, things like will surface a lot faster on Twitter. But if you're a visual person, if you like you know, knitting and you like dresses and you like home decor, then Pinterest is great. So you know, there's lots of different platforms depending on what you want to get out of it. But you're right. I mean, we only have a certain amount of time in the day, so you can get swamped.
What's the secret to making a social media campaign successful?
Very simple. Know your objective up front.
Okay.
Most organizations, most companies just start putting content out there. They're like, well, we're going to put our products out, we're going to blog, we're going to do this, and they never really know at a very granular level, what are we trying to achieve here?
Okay.
So if you sell, let's say, necklaces, right? If you've got a kiosk in a mall and you sell necklaces, exactly, right? So you want to not just put out content, you want to get people to convert. You want them to visit, you know, you at Woodgrove Center, or they want you to visit you at, you know, or buy online. Where you send them has to, what we nerds refer to as convert, right? So you have to make sure that on that page that they're going to, there's a business benefit to you. So click here to visit our stores, or click here to buy this product right now. And the biggest mistake that places make is they just put content out there with no ability to convert that traffic into a business opportunity.
There you go, my friends. Did you write all that down? Did you PVR that? What trends would you predict are going to happen within the social media world?
I suspect we'll see a consolidation of the platforms. I think you'll see Pinterest either be acquired or acquire someone else. I wouldn't count Apple out of this game yet. They had a social network of sorts with their music. It didn't work very well, but they've learned a lot from it. So I wouldn't count Apple out. So I think you'll see, you know, a lot of the sort of the sub networks that are out there, like Foursquare or Reddit or Tumblr, which are sort of second level. You know, you may call them B-list celebrities when it comes to these websites. I think you'll see a consolidation where they get acquired by these platforms. And the second thing you'll see is the technology we use just simply built into the devices now, right? So you used to have Foursquare, which is an app, and we still have it, where if you want to, you can check into a location.
Right.
And theoretically, you're supposed to get benefits out of that from the business, although most businesses don't set that up. So I think we'll start to see that technology, that ability of checking in, will just simply be integrated into your phone, or will be integrated into the main apps that you use.
I want to talk to you all day, but I'm not allowed. I've got to throw to a story. Thank you. You're amazing. Social Media Camp 2014. We are going to fill your head and your mind with tips over the next week and a half. So stay tuned right here on Go Island. But first, we're going to head out to one of my favorite gardens in Victoria, Abkhazia Garden. How can you not love a garden that was formerly owned by a princess? Well, thanks to the wonderful volunteers, that garden is looking prettier than ever. James Green with that story. If you haven't been to Abkhazia Gardens lately, make sure that you go there. It is so stunning right now. This is probably the best time of the year to go. Of course, any time of year to visit a princess's garden is a good time of year. Now, I am so excited. We're at Social Media Camp. We're at the Strath right now at the launch, talking to some of the big players that have been brought in to inspire all of us. But I have to say, I am so excited to meet you because I got a new coat for you today.
I love it.
I'm just saying I had to because you are all that, girl. I mean, you're the founder of the LinkedIn for Business.
Yeah.
Like that, the founder. I know, I'm a little nervous. What wisdom would you give people who are businesses looking to hire, or on the flip, you are looking to be headhunted, which is my fantasy. I just want someone to call me and offer me a really awesome job, even if I turn it down. Oprah Winfrey?
Call her.
But what wisdom would you give people to really maximize and make their LinkedIn experience work for them?
Yeah. Well, I think the most important thing to realize, and this is a question I get a lot, you know, no profile or bad profile. Neither of those answers are going to work. You have got to have a decent profile branded to whatever your brand is. If it's your website, branded to your website. If you're looking for a job, branded to who you are personally. If you're a recruiter, branded to the company or the type of company you're recruiting for. But I mean, you have to have a photo up there. You have 11 times better chance of someone interacting with you if you've got a photo up. This we were talking about in the panel earlier. The idea of privacy is gone. Like, give it up. There is no such
Let it
thing.
go.
Let it go already.
Yeah.
Get your photo up there. You know, describe who you are and what you do and how you can help someone. Whether you're a small business, whether you're a job seeker, you know, let people know what's in it for them if they hire you. And there's a lot of different opportunities on LinkedIn to do that in the various areas.
What are the biggest mistakes that people make?
Yeah, so a couple mistakes that people make are having more than one profile. LinkedIn released company pages in 2007, but prior to that, people were using personal profiles as company pages, like they do on Facebook.
Okay.
So that's a big no-no. Don't do that. The other thing is don't use it as a sales pitch.
Yeah.
And I think that's true of all social media. You're not going to go on there and go, hire me, I'm awesome, I'm great, hire me,
Yeah.
buy my stuff, you know, whether it's in the content or whether it's what you're sharing. Invitations, messages, don't do that. So
You
I
look
think that's
needy.
a free. You look needy, and no one's going to buy it anyway.
You want to attract people. You don't want to repel them. Thank you for coming. Victoria welcomes you. We just take a very short break, but go nowhere. When we come back, we're going to talk to more of the keynote speakers that are part of Social Media Camp and more great stories right here on Go Island. Welcome back to Go Island, Social Media Camp 2014. We are here. Yes, we are meeting some phenomenal people. I just have butterflies in my stomach. I had to go shopping and get some new clothes because I'm talking to some people here who know how to dress. Yes, you own your own clothing store. You are the Instagram girl. You are an expert in not only social media, but particularly on how to use social media to drive people to your place. And guess where she's from? Look at her. Look at these colors. Just guess. Cape Cod. Oh yeah. We get people from the Cape. Yes, we do. I was a nanny in Cape Cod for 2 summers when I was 15 and 16, and I have the fondest memories.
Yeah.
But I have to say, there is kind of a feel and a look to that place.
Oh, it's this.
Yes, it is this. It is this. It's amazing.
Well, minus, plus flip-flops, not the boots, plus the flip-flops.
Absolutely. Let's talk. Let's give everyone some Instagram wisdom.
Yeah.
How has Instagram in the last, I'd say year and a half, really grown? Because I've seen Instagram grow so much in the last couple of years.
So just to give you some stats, when I was first teaching Instagram, there was 140 million active users, and as of March 2014, they just crossed over the 200 million active users. So it's growing like crazy, and as I mentioned earlier, I use it at my store on the Cape to get people in the door, and my sales increased over 40%. It's all in the magic of the hashtags, Instagram, and visual curation and telling your story in a very clean feed on your account. So, for example, I have actually 5 accounts. I won't talk about all of them, but I'll talk about a couple. So, my store, Subidoo, the account name is @Subidoo_Cape Cod, because the location is so valuable. So by putting the location within my username, people know that if they want to follow the Cape or the islands, Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket, it's a great account to follow.
Gotcha.
And then separately, I bring people in through using relevant hashtags with the merchandise that I'm selling. So if the word nautical or anchor or the location of where my store is, such as the Pomponesset Marketplace in New Seabury, these are all keywords that should be hashtagged.
We're going to talk to you a bit more throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
It's so great to meet you. Look, I love this look, the Cape. This is one of my favorite looks.
Yeah.
It reminds me of summer.
We're going to move on to the next thing, which is I asked everybody
Steve
what they
Dodo,
thought.
you are a phenomenal. You should have your own talk show. Watching you on stage today was a blast.
Thank you.
But my first question for you is, what will happen to all of us who stick our heads in the sand and don't engage in social media?
Well, that is actually one of my fears that we have, especially, I'm not sure, but I'm a few years older than you, but baby boomers especially, that eschew social media because it's difficult, because they don't understand it, because they don't feel comfortable with it, and they think no harm's done. But what we have to understand is, here's a key. The internet and social media is a place. It's not a thing. It's a place where our society now goes to meet and to communicate. And a huge portion of our society, our kids, and many adults, spend an awful lot of time engaged in that space. So if the moral guides of society, if people that are supposed to be leaders, parents, educators, caregivers, if we don't participate and we don't understand that space, we can't provide leadership. Change is constant, it's relentless, and it wears us down, and it is intimidating. What will happen is you start creating a profile on Twitter, and you go, wait a minute, I don't understand it, and all of a sudden you feel like, oh, geez, you feel like you're in high school again, and you're going to embarrass yourself, and that's not. It's not an emotion that adults are comfortable with, because we had that in high school. We're through that now.
Yeah, done.
So all of a sudden, having that reintroduced in our life means that we then step away and disengage because that's stupid, because we don't understand it, and it makes us feel uncomfortable. But if we do that, we run the risk of marginalizing ourselves, because we won't have the respect of our employees, of our younger members of our family, because we don't understand the world we live in. We become that special needs relative. Oh, isn't that cute, Dad? My mom thinks Facebook is pictures of people's faces. My dad calls it the Twitter. Are you on the Twitter, darling? And all of a sudden, but do we really want to be the butt of a joke? The thing about social media, once you start to engage, is you're never embarrassed with what you don't know, because it's moving so fast that nobody can know everything. There was something that came up on stage today, and I said, I didn't know about that. I'm supposed to be the expert. I said, I didn't know about that, and it didn't embarrass me, and nobody judged me for it.
Exactly. We're all in it together, my friends. Now, we have to take a very quick break, but go nowhere. When we come back, a little history lesson from one of my favorite historians, Danda Humphreys, and more on Social Media Camp 2014. We have had such an opportunity to learn here at Social Media Camp 2014. My brain is so full, hashtag overload. But we are going to continue to bring you tips, ideas, thoughts about social media throughout the next week and a half here on Go Island. So pay attention. And we're also going to have tips and hints that we've got from all these amazing people on our Facebook page. And of course, we'll be tweeting about it, because that's what you do at Social Media Camp. I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to tweet us or email us or Facebook us, do so. You know where to find us. We hope to talk to you in a social media way soon.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.